I've done most of the things that are
Hi everyone, I'm Fabian, and I'm running as an independent.
My name is Emily Carlton, and I'm running with the August and Distinguished Squelch Party.
My name is Jonathan Brooks, and I'm running with the Defend Affirmative Action Party.
Hi, my name is Fabian, and I'm running independent.
Thank you. We have 2 questions for this office. You will each have a minute and 30 seconds to respond, and we will let you know at the 15 and 30 second marks when your time is running out. I will first read the order of response and then the question twice. So the order for this question is Kelly, Emily, Jonathan, Kurt. Kelly, Emily, Jonathan, Kurt. How would you improve or better publicize the services that are offered by the Student Advocate's Office so that more students utilize them? How would you improve or better publicize the services offered by the Student Advocate's Office so more students utilize them? Kelly, you're first.
Okay, well I know that is one of the main problems of the office. I know this because I've worked in the office for the past 3 years. I'm the current chief of staff, and so I'm well aware that we do have a visibility issue. And I think this can be addressed in a number of ways. I think one of the things we can do is increase the relevance of the office, which would not only expand its reach, but it would also allow more students to know about the office. So when they do get in trouble, when they get a conduct citation, they know where to come. So it's a more proactive approach to our current problem of visibility and publicity. And so I think some outreach projects that we can be doing are going into different communities. The office already started that this past year, going into the Greek community, visiting bridges, visiting different academic clubs on campus, telling them about our office, asking them if they have any issues that they think we should be addressing, and then also just letting them know that we're here as a resource for them if they ever need any help with anything like that. So I think we can also utilize the Daily Cal. We can start running reports on cases that come into our office, see if we see any consistencies with cases that are coming in, and then we can tell students, be aware of this, they're on the lookout for this, there's a rash of fake ID cases, something like that, so that students can just be aware that they have to look out for these things and that we're a resource for them if they do get in trouble for these different things. So these are all things that I would do. As student advocate, I think I have a great knowledge base for what the office currently how the office currently functions, and I can build on that knowledge to expand the scope of the office and hopefully the relevance on campus.
Thank you.
Okay, so I want you all to close your eyes so I can paint a little picture for you, okay? You're at a frat party. You're a little inebriated, right? Definitely about to get a student conduct violation if you exit this frat house, okay? You go to the bathroom. What do you see on that bathroom door, on that stall door? Nothing. How about if you were to see an advertisement for the Student Advocate's Office, and then when you went out and you got that student conduct violation a moment later, you would immediately remember, oh hey, the Student Advocate's Office is there for me, right? So clearly, I think frat bathrooms are the ideal way to publicize the work of the Student Advocate's Office, and I think that I have a very good idea of the types of trouble that students get themselves into, and therefore am very connected with the student body and able to defend them. Yeah.
Thank you.
The student advocate position to create links between departments, between perspectives on campus, so that we are all united behind the movement and understand why the statement is true is, united we stand, divided we fall. We have to keep the movement alive. And in terms of publicizing the student advocate position, I mean, there could be discussions led on campus between different student bodies that rarely speak to each other. And we could also, develop a system of disseminating propaganda around the campus, and just using these tactics to not only build an awareness, but to create that consciousness, that memory that will keep us all together while, police brutality is on the rise, and while fee hikes are also, on the rise. So, thank you.
Thank you.
So how I would better improve the office? Basically, I'm a chapter student, and I've had like a student government experience, student rights and campus relations. Although I don't have the exact same spin, I feel like my student rights and campus relations at a community college is relevant experience. So how would it help the student advocacy offices? First, basically, not a lot of people know about the student advocacy offices and where to reach help. Even as a transfer student, I didn't know much about it. So how I would improve the services, one, when new incoming transfer students, like freshmen, transfers, I would outreach to CalSO, utilize their program, new incoming students. Also, welcome to a new school, welcome to a new academic intuition, but also these are your rights, and this is how I think we can outreach to the broader community. Also the residential halls too, there's there's Unit 2, Unit 1, Unit 3, bowls, there's a lot of different communities. So I feel like we should outreach more to them, but also talk more about it on an individual basis. Here's our email, and send representatives of the SAO office to outreach and say, this is your rights, this is your procedures. Let's just talk about, we're a student advocate and we advocate for your rights, but we also handle cases. So basically, when I was in student rights, we handle grievance cases, and we handle on a specific level, and we keep people accountable, because when people handle specific cases, basically there's a name of the intern, a website, when they're working on, when they're done, so you can keep everyone accountable. So that's how I would improve the services, so people would know a website. Oh, thanks.
Thank you. The order for the second question is Kurt, Jonathan, Emily, Kelly. Kurt, Jonathan, Emily, Kelly. About 60 UC Berkeley students currently face sanctions by the Office of Student Conduct for their involvement in campus protests. Officials say student conduct is an educational process, but those facing charges say they're being deprived of proper legal counsel. What should the role of the student advocate be in ensuring that student activists are not unduly punished by campus authorities for their political beliefs and actions? What should the role of the student advocate be in ensuring that student activists are not unduly punished by campus authorities for their political beliefs and actions? Kurt, you're up.
Well, basically, I would first look at the student conduct, the rights first. So anything that is probably written up, because really the student conduct, the paper, it doesn't have much power if you enforce it. So how would handle this case? I would handle on a group case, probably the leader who's in charge of say the protest, or they're sitting over a wheeler, and probably handle it on that case. Oh, why did you break it? What was the purpose? But I would first probably give them a leeway, what they could do, even though they violated it, they're supposed to be punished. But I would treat it fairly, what they could do for in order to protect them from their, I guess getting in trouble, getting in jail, or get them off probation. So I would have to look at it from individual cases. I would spread the caseworkers around and be oh, this is how they would handle this, and look at the party, but also look at the individuals and look at the people who did recruit the members. So that's how I would look at that perspective.
Thank you.
I would like to address the students, to bring them. I would like to help the students address their situation by examining the argument that the UC Regents themselves supported a protest, a peaceful protest, and what I conceive as a peaceful protest that the students ran was not outside of their leadership, which had guided them to that action. Now the ramifications coming down upon them now are unjust, and I believe that we should have adequate legal representation so that we see that the power structure itself is the problem, and we need these voices to be heard, and that they should have an equal say in the arguments for their right to be here, and for the fact that public education used to be free and now it's very, very expensive, and the worst of it is coming down on the people who can't afford to adapt to this new post-recession economy.
Thank you.
So, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I would camp out all night in Wheeler for those people. There's a ubiquitous problem on this campus of the administration not understanding the students, right? They don't understand their political beliefs, their recreational beliefs, or anything, right? So I will advocate that, that the administration not punish students for doing what they believe in. If you believe in, getting hammered and raging, you should be able to. This is, the springtime of your youth. And no old men like Mr. Birchnow or Sergeant Tucker, anyone like that, should be able to tell you what you can or cannot believe in. If you want to camp out all night in Wheeler, you should be able to, right? And I will be there to defend those students in their belief.
Thank you.
Well, first off, I think the student advocate's office can play a role in criticizing the administration and how they conducted the arrest initially. And I think that's something that the office did do, and I support that. And I also believe that now that the conduct process has started, it's important that these students are completely educated about the process. And as someone that has worked in the office and is fully aware of the code, I know that I can do a great job doing that, and I also can facilitate our caseworkers to do that as well. And one important thing to note is that as someone that knows the code well, you do have the right to a lawyer and an attorney, and they can come with you to a hearing. A great alternate resource would be the student advocate's office, though, and I think that as just caseworkers with so much experience with different cases that have gone through disciplinary sanctions and other such things, that the best way to work with these students would be just to counsel them on a case-by-case basis as they come in, tell them about the possible sanctions, tell them about the process, let them know how everything is going to play out, and make sure that they don't receive any unduly punishment.
Thank you. That's it for the student